Before I start, I'd just like to say that the 20th of September marks the 1-year anniversary of our channel, so we'd just like to say thank you so much for such a good year one. Anyway, on to the video. Hello and welcome to Vault Holocron. I'm Jonathan and I'm sure you've all heard of Star Wars Visions by now. Well, today I'm going into the question of if it is or isn't canon. As a quick disclaimer before the video starts, there is no official guaranteed answer by Disney or Lucasfilm as of yet, but there is a lot of evidence from various articles and descriptions by Lucasfilm to look over. However, if a definite answer does arise, it will be the pinned comment on this video, so that you can easily find it. Anyway, let's get into trying to figure out if Visions is canon or expanded universe. So first, I'm looking at what Lucasfilm said at the Anime Expo Light. While there, they revealed many things about the show, which you can find on the StarWars.com article, 20 Things We Learned from the Star Wars Visions panel. The only part of this article I'll be looking at today though, is point 2, titled Star Wars Visions Storytelling Didn't Have to Fit into the Timeline. This is what the article said. In developing the series, Lucasfilm made the decision to let creators tell the stories they wanted to tell, whether they featured established or original characters, without a need to tie into the larger chronology. We really wanted to give these creators a wild creative berth to explore all the imaginative potential of the Star Wars galaxy through the unique lens of anime. James Waugh said, "We realised we wanted these to be as authentic as possible to the studios and creators who are making them, made through their unique process, in a medium they're such experts at. So the idea was that this is their vision, riffing off all the elements of the Star Wars galaxy that inspired them, hopefully to make a really incredible anthology series unlike anything we've seen before in the Star Wars galaxy." From this you can definitely start to see how Visions looks like it could be expanded universe, as you'd expect with such a carefully crafted universe, Lucasfilm would want at least a little bit of control over the show. This idea is supported by the fact that Lucasfilm has a story group designed to keep the story of Star Wars quite consistent. I understand that this may not seem like concrete evidence by itself, but it's not the only evidence to this idea. So if you're watching this, you've most likely seen the trailer for Star Wars Visions, and as you would have noticed, they've introduced a lot of new characters into the universe, especially Sith. The issue is that as you introduce more and more characters, the harder it is to keep everything consistent. But that goes more for the Sith, as there are so few in canon, and they have a specific history to follow. This means that unless the episodes are set very far back, it may be difficult to keep everything coherent. I'd also like to mention that a lot of crazy stuff happens in the trailer, and some of the stuff we see might feel a bit weird in canon and not really fit with the rest, so I suppose that's also a point. As well as this, I have one more bit of evidence to suggest Visions is expanded universe, and it's actually based not around the show itself, but the tie-in book, Ronin. On StarWars.com, there is actually a brief summary of what the book is about, which says the book focuses on the Jedi and Sith, but with an alternate history pulled from Japanese lore. The interesting part from this is the idea of alternate history, which to me signals that the show is not canon, and instead just an alternate universe with slightly different events. However, I understand that we won't know for sure how different the show is until we watch it, and there's a small possibility that some episodes are canon and others expanded universe. Anyway, that's a lot of evidence against Visions being canon, so I will now go over evidence suggesting the opposite. First, I'm looking to Wikipedia, which on their site likes to categorize their articles with a little logo in the top right corner. If you look at the Visions articles, you can see that Wikipedia actually have the show displayed as canon. This shows that at the moment Wikipedia is assuming that Visions is canon. However, there's another notice at the top of the page saying that things in the article are subject to change, and therefore can't be taken as fact. Finally, I'd like to point out that since Disney acquired Star Wars in 2012, they have only put out canon content, which does suggest that canon is their focus, and not the expanded universe. Although I do understand that they have just announced the Knights of the Old Republic remake, which is a Legends game. That is a remake though, and not an original game. Anyway, to round off this video, I'd like to briefly give my opinion on the matter, and I'd like to encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. I personally believe that the show will be expanded universe, being just for fun, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made some of the episodes that fit best canon. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and you're open to have your own, which we'd actually be very happy to hear in the comments. That's it for this video though. Hope you enjoyed, and we hope to see you later at Vault Holocron.